Well, let's now look at the art business. If it wasn't for a camera, you wouldn't have been able to see me right now. Well, let's talk a bit of art. Most of us have seen and learned about what's happening throughout the world through pictures. On the internet, well, someone had to take those pictures, a photographer. The art business in the country is taking a new dimension as people start to invest big in assets. One such business is photography. People are spending big in acquiring the best of cameras and lens and other accessories. Benson is an art-based company doing photography business. The question is, should I really spend for a photo?
Saving money for investment seems quite a big challenge for most Malawians who are working, let alone saving to buy a camera. Over the years, the art of photography has evolved from the film camera to digital cameras to the professional DSLR, which is the camera of the moment. In Malawi, the photography business on a professional level is on the rise, and what camera one uses matters the most. After all, who wouldn't want a photographer? From individuals to big companies, everyone needs a photo, a well-taken photo. Benson Photography is one brand you can't forget as far as photography business is concerned in Malawi. But how did it all start?
I've always loved taking pictures, taking photos. So it has always been a passion for me. So from back then, all I was doing was work. I have been working, but while I was doing my usual day work, I've always been taking pictures. I have been doing other businesses, and on top of that, I have been working. I have worked as a graphics designer for about 7 years. And before that, I used to work as well. So I just had to get money from my other sources and venture into this business of the photography. You have a target, you set up a target towards your goals. So that's all I had to do. But okay, at some point, I'll need to have such equipment. I need to get this. But I know these cameras, they have prices. So I started saving up. You put money in the bank, or you take some money, you put it into some business. And once you get it back, it has some money on top of it. So that's how I had to generate more money in order to get my first equipment to start off with.
In this age of technology, one can easily take a picture using a phone, a tablet, or any other consumer digital cameras that are so cheap and affordable. Do we really need to hire someone out for a picture?
Well, in Malawi, since we always fall back behind, photographers have always been underrated, they've always been underpaid. But then, in the past few years, things have started changing, and I can say I'm glad to be one of those people who have actually took the risk of doing this job professionally in Malawi, because people will be like, a photo, they just look at you as just a person with a camera. But I can tell you, this is a very expensive business. The equipment is quite expensive, and the skills you need to really take nice photos is quite intense. So even for those people who are in this business, they know that. And the equipment, even in Malawi, is quite hard to get. You really have to outsource from other countries.
Professional photography comes with a cost, as it requires one to have the best tools and equipment. But have Malawians embraced the art as consumers? Would they really pay for a photograph?
The bottom line is people don't want to pay. Drama says for zitunzi? Like, yes, first of all, our equipment is very expensive. And then for us to be able to cover those photos, we had to study. We also went to school. We studied books. We did so many things to have this knowledge. So it's just like any other type of work. Unlike Antwena, they just get a camera, but professional photography is not like that. And after just shooting, we post-process our work. In other words, we edit photos. As you can see, we have machines here. We use the monitors to do the same, to achieve the quality we want. So yeah.
At the end of it all, it's all about growth and growth. No business would want to stay stagnant and be satisfied, lest it points its nose down for a fall.
We are expanding. We have bought new equipment. We have so many cameras, so many accessories, and we are now a team. Bensam Photography is not just me. I have people that I work with. There's Francis, there's Emmanuel, and some other guys who help me with some editing, and they are well trained. So as you can see, we are growing, because I started off as just me as a person. It was just me and my camera. So in 5 years, I can picture we are going to be huge. We started off with one camera. Right now we have to do a stock taking of our equipment.